Hey everyone, this is just a little video explaining the Karvonen formula using heart rate reserve to identify the target heart rate range for exercise prescription for cardiorespiratory exercise. So for this example, we are going to identify the range for moderate intensity, 40 to 60% of heart rate reserve. So we have a 20-year-old individual. The max heart rate is 220 minus their age. So 220 minus 20 would be 200. So that gives us our first value here, the max heart rate. For resting heart rate, we're going to say in this example, this individual assessed their pulse before they got out of bed that morning, and it was 60 beats per minute. So that's our next value, resting heart rate. So you can see here I've started plugging it in the formula. Max heart rate minus resting heart rate times training intensity. So our training intensity is that moderate intensity range. This is a range, so we're going to do this twice and have two numbers, a low end and a high end of the range. We're going to start with 40%. So max heart rate minus resting heart rate times 0.4, so we're multiplying a percent, plus 60. You add back in that resting heart rate. Okay, so 200 minus 60 is 140. I'm just using my order of operations here, times 0.4 plus 60. 140 times 0.4 is 56. And we're going to add back in 60. And that gives us 116 beats per minute. So that is the low end of our range. 116 beats per minute is the lowest we want their heart rate to go when they are working at moderate intensity. If it drops below 116, they've gone too low. They're now into a low intensity range, and we want to keep them at moderate. So now we've got to do it again to get the high end of the range, because they're not going to just stay at 116. The heart rate will vary some within that workout. So again, max heart rate minus resting heart rate times training intensity, and this time we use 0.6 because we're at the high end of that moderate intensity range, 60%, plus 60. We add back in that resting heart rate. 140 was 200 minus 60 times 0.6 plus 60. Then I'm going to multiply that 140 times 0.6, which gives us 84, plus 60, add back in the resting heart rate, and now we've got 144 beats per minute. So that is the high end of that range, meaning when we talk to our patient and we're telling them where we want their heart rate to be during their cardiorespiratory workout, after their warm-up, we want them to keep their heart rate somewhere between 116 and 144 beats per minute. That is how you use the Karvonen formula to determine heart rate range, target heart rate range for exercise prescription.